There are moments in life when we must not just think as humans, but feel as God's stewards. This is one of those moments. Our nation is flirting with a law that proposes to legalize assisted dying. And I must speak not with condemnation, but with compassion, conviction, and clarity. Let me take you to a battlefield. In 1 Samuel 31, King Saul, wounded, humiliated, and overwhelmed, begged his armor bearer to take his life. Not to rescue him, but to end him. But the armor bearer refuses. He saw the pain. He heard the cry, but he said no. Why? Because he feared God. Because his call was not to kill, but to carry. Assisted dying says, let's show compassion by ending suffering. But I ask, was Saul really ready to die? Or did despair blur his vision? Was it choice or was it challenge? Because pain will pressure anyone, even a warrior, into weakness. I remember a woman in our church. She had cancer. She said to me one day as I visited her in the hospital, I am tired, please take my son and care for him. She had given up, but I said, no, God gave you that boy, you will raise him, watch him graduate and see his glory. She lived, she beat cancer, not because death was easy, but because hope was louder than despair. Look through scriptures. Elijah under a tree begged God to take his life. But God sent him an angel to feed him, not finish him. Job, drowned in sorrow, cursed his birth, but later he saw double restoration. Jesus, the Savior himself in Gethsemane, cried, my soul is overwhelmed to the point of death, yet he pressed on to redeem humanity. Sorrow is never the full stop of life. Despair does not equal destiny, yet assisted dying wants to make death an answer. But those called to preserve life must not become instruments of death. Doctors are not executioners, they are healers. Legalizing assisted dying is not compassion, it's a compromise. It sends a message that suffering disqualifies life, that weakness means worthlessness. And once we cross that line, where do we stop? Belgium, Canada, they began with strict rules. Today, they are considering assisted dying for children and the mentally distressed. What starts as mercy ends in moral erosion. We must draw the line, not in hatred, but in holy honor for life. I call on the House of Lords. Do not legalize despair. Honor the conviction of the armor bearer. This is not just policy, it's prophecy. I never thought I'd wade into this debate, but on the 28th of June in study, God opened my eyes to this passage and I saw it. The story of assisted dying through Saul. No true child of God will help kill another. Only an Amalekite will, thinking he's doing good. Every warrior gets weary. Every mother gets tired. But they need faith, not a fatal dose. We are a nation with a godly foundation. We build on the faith of men like Wigglesworth, Wesley, and even Roberts. And now we must return. Be the armor bearer. Say no to state-sanctioned mercy killings. Hear, carry, comfort, but do not kill. The armor bearer feared God and refused. David later judged the man who helped Saul die. Let us choose righteousness over convenience, faith over fear, life over law. Assisted dying is not the answer. Let the author of life write the last chapter. Let us stand for the sacred. Let us be armor bearers. God bless you.